You blamed another woman, but the truth is far worse. There is no woman. There is something darker. It may lead to deep downfalls in everything: your life, your job, your business. Please stay awake. And don't forget to play. Introduction. In life, it is easy, almost instinctive, to look for a person to blame. When our hearts break, when our businesses fail, when dreams crumble, the mind rushes to fill the void with a culprit. Often, that culprit is someone close, a friend, a lover, a rival. And in relationships, it's not uncommon to point a finger at the other woman. She becomes a symbol, a scapegoat, a container for all your grief. But what if there's no other woman? What if the real threat is not external, not flesh and blood, but something far more sinister and insidious? What if the darkness that threatens your life, your job, your soul, is inside you? This is not a story about betrayal in the way we often define it. This is a spiritual wake-up call. A revelation that the enemy may not be someone outside, but a shadow within. And in recognizing this, we are not doomed. We are invited to heal. The illusion of the external enemy. Blame is a drug. It numbs pain. It gives clarity in a storm. But it is also deceptive. When a relationship ends abruptly or mysteriously, our minds crave answers. We scan for patterns, dig up messages, analyze timelines. We want to believe that something as important as a love ending must have a concrete reason. And often, we land on another woman because it's a story we've seen in movies, read in books, and maybe even experienced. But what if the truth is far worse, not because it's scandalous, but because it is spiritual? There is no other woman. The betrayal did not come from another set of hands. It came from a deeper fracture, an energetic collapse, a disconnection from your own soul. And the person who left or harmed you, they were already long gone spiritually. You just didn't see it yet. The spiritual saboteur. If there is no external villain, we must turn inward. And there we may meet something terrifying: the saboteur, the wounded inner self, the unhealed trauma, the patterns passed down through bloodlines, the inner critic that whispers, "You're not enough. You'll always be abandoned. You can't trust anyone. Love is dangerous." This voice is a real darkness. It is ancient. It may not have been born in you, but through you, from generations of pain, rejection, and unworthiness. And it shapes every decision, every reaction, every relationship. Left unchecked, this darkness doesn't just ruin love. It sabotages your life, your work, your business. It slowly erodes your self-worth, drains your energy, clouds your intuition. The fall is subtle at first: missed deadlines, poor decisions, isolation. Then it intensifies: burnout, financial hardship, despair, and you wonder, how did I get here? The answer is not her. It's the shadow you haven't faced. Staying awake in the face of darkness. Please stay awake, the soul whispers. It's easy to fall asleep spiritually when we're in pain. Numbness feels safer than presence. Anger feels more powerful than vulnerability. But staying spiritually awake is the only path through the storm. Awakening doesn't mean positivity or perfection. It means awareness. It means seeing your pain clearly, naming your patterns, taking radical accountability, not for what others did, but for how you respond. Spiritual awakening is brutal because it demands honesty. It doesn't let you hide behind the stories you've been telling. It strips away illusion. But in that stripping, there is power, freedom. To stay awake is to say, I see how I abandoned myself long before they did. I understand how my fear created cages I called relationships. I take responsibility for healing, even if I wasn't responsible for the hurt. This is not blame. It is sovereignty. The downward spiral. Left unexamined, spiritual darkness doesn't just stay in the heart. It seeps into every area of life. Your life. You stop trusting yourself. You second-guess your choices. You wake up tired, go to sleep anxious. You feel disconnected from joy. Depression becomes a familiar house guest. You stop showing up fully in relationships. You either overgive or shut down. Your boundaries blur or harden into walls. You fear love but crave it deeply. Your job. You lose motivation. Your creative spark dims. You feel invisible, undervalued. All worse, you become addicted to validation, working more, proving more, but never feeling whole. Burnout becomes your baseline. You start making small mistakes and pile up. Opportunities pass you by, not because you lack talent, but because your energy is heavy, your spirit dimmed. Your business. If you're an entrepreneur, your business reflects your internal world. Clients stop flowing. Sales decline. Confusion reigns. Strategy no longer feels effective because it's not your strategy. It's built on fear or imitation. Your business becomes a battlefield for your unhealed wounds. You sabotage success, or you hustle endlessly, hoping to outrun your inner void. This is the danger of the deeper darkness. It doesn't scream. It whispers. It seduces. It wears your own voice like a mask. Playing is the antidote. In the middle of the spiritual storm, there is a strange piece of advice. Don't forget to play. This isn't frivolous. It's essential. Play reconnects you to your inner child, the part of you before the wounds, before the fear, before you believed you were unworthy. Play is a sacred rebellion against darkness. It's how you reclaim your spirit. When you play, you stop trying to control and start being. You rediscover all. You laugh. You move your body. You touch the earth. You create without expectation. In play, there is no fear of failure. There is no proving. There is only presence. Spiritually, play is powerful because it disrupts the lies of a saboteur. It says, I'm still here. I still have joy. I still have me. And from that place, healing begins. Rebuilding after the fall. Once you face the darkness and chosen to stay awake, the rebuilding begins. But this time, you are not rebuilding from brokenness. You are rebuilding from truth. 1. Rebuild your identity. Who are you without the pain? Without the illusion? Without the blame? Start to craft an identity rooted in your values, your joy, your essence, not your wounds. 2. Rebuild relationships. Forgive, not always others, but yourself. Set boundaries. Honor your needs. Call in relationships that reflect your healed energy. 3. Rebuild your work. Align your career or business with your soul. Let your creativity flow from truth, not fear. Serve not for approval, but from purpose. 4. Rebuild your faith. Whatever your spiritual path, God, Source, the universe, nature, reconnect. Create sacred rituals. Listen to your intuition. Be still. The real victory. The victory is not getting them back, or proving you were right, or succeeding despite it all. The real victory is awakening. Choosing healing when you could have chosen hate. Choosing stillness when you could have sought. Conclusion, this is your call to rise. You blamed another woman, but the truth is far worse and far more powerful. There is no woman. There is a shadow, and it lives in all of us. But you have seen it now, and what is seen can be healed. You are not cursed. You are called. Called to awaken. Called to rise. Called to reclaim your light, your joy, your life. So please, stay awake. And don't forget to play.